to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is the Preble Town Board meeting of July 11th, 2022. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections to the June minutes?
Make a motion to accept minutes.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Jen?
Dog control, there were 165 miles traveled in June. One stray was picked up at the I-81 rest area. The justice report, there was no report received for this month.
Okay. And highway report, Jeff is not here yet. He will be in later. Recreation, we don't have anyone from recreation here. County legislature, Kevin,
What, you put me up front?
you're up already.
That's a good one.
Yeah, you gave me a little surprise. I haven't even got my little notes out here.
So much information. I can't find it.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot. A lot of information.
Do you need a minute? We can continue on a little bit.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Nice rental, right down the road from me.
So, June, I gave my state of the county address. If you really want to hear it, you can. It's online. On there. Out of the state of the county address, really one of the main things is that we're actually doing a 5-year financial plan for the county. Hasn't been done. So we're doing that. To better, gear for the good times, the bad times, and all that. As you may or may not know, is we do have now a full-time county attorney. County attorneys in the past have been part-time attorneys that have their own practice. So sometimes it was kind of like late in getting stuff done. So now we have one that we took from the DA, and Victoria Monty, and she's been going like gangbusters for us. So she's been a real big asset. Through the years, the county treasurer, had a lot of duties, and then throughout the years, the duties have been taken away. Their pay has been reduced, and it's been now going into our finance department. So what the legislature has proposed is we're going to abolish the treasurer as an elected, and it's going on the November ballot for the public to weigh on and vote. So now, as part of my state of the county address, is that we actually have professionals where they should be. So we have a budget and finance director, CPA, she knows what she's doing. Rob Kapora, who's our county administrator, he's been doing top notch, getting us kind of out of some troubles that we've had. We've looked at state audits throughout the years, starting back from 2012, where it's an elected position for the treasurer. So we were getting hit by the state for stuff that the treasurer failed to do. So now we've got everybody in where they need to be. Finance department has taken most of the duties away anyway, or from the treasurer. And even the treasurer that we currently have said that it's time for us to dissolve that and to get it where it needs to be. So it's just better for our direction that we're going. Yes, we are in July break. I asked for July to be a break, not just because the legislature, I think they deserve it, but also, I don't know if you're aware of the new open meetings laws that's been changed. And so now, because of COVID, now you can have your board meetings online if it's video conferencing. So phone call you can't have. It has to be extraordinary circumstances, but the governor put that in place. We don't have that capability in the county, so we have to prepare for that. So we do have renovations going on for July. So that's the other reason for this. Redistricting. So redistricting, our proposed 17 legislative districts failed. And now we're back to the drawing board. So what we did was we're dealing with a 1972 law, county law, that tells us that we have 90 days from the time that the Commission of Legislators, once it's formed, you have 90 days to get a map out and get it to the legislature. But that's not the only thing. We have to also review everything about our county government. We have to make new laws for the county government. So it's a little bit more painstaking than we thought. So we now amended the 1972 law to where we are going to, we have until May 2023 to get the map, the laws, everything taken care of. One of the things that we're doing with this one is that we are now looking at Cortland County as possibly being a charter county. What does that all entail? Don't know. We have 19 out of 63 counties in the state that are charter counties. We're going to learn a little bit more about this. For the Association of Counties, attorneys are coming down to give us kind of like a crash course on this. So we're going to take a look at it, may or may not go, but it does allow the county to have some freedoms from state law. So that's really one of the, I think, the benefits of it. So anyway, we're taking a look at that. That's why we're giving us a little bit more time to be able to do that. What's going to happen is the commission is going to come to every municipality, and we're going to talk to every municipality to see what they think of these choices that we have. Finances, we're pretty good in the county right now. Sales taxes helped us out, but we're not stupid. We know that there's going to be some issues. So we are now, that's part of the 5-year plan. Sales tax has gone up. Municipalities, since we share, sales tax revenue apportionment has been up for them as well. So we're now trying to figure it out. One of the things we're looking at in August is being able to, because sales tax has been so good, is looking at heating fuel, and the county taxes heating fuel. What we're looking at is suspending the tax on heating fuel because it is so high. It's kind of like the least we can do. One of the things we're looking at as well is that shared services. You know, we've been
No, I got
doing
two
shared
here.
services,
Got
trying
one.
shared services. And this is you can take it or you can leave it. It's whatever works for you, but one of the things we're looking at possibly doing with municipalities is that the county does the tax collection. I know municipalities, they want their own way of doing it, and that's totally fine. But what we're finding is in some of the smaller outlying municipalities, people can't pay their taxes because the clerk slash tax collector doesn't have hours. So it's just one of the things that we're pondering as just a joint service that we could do. Once that happens, we collect the taxes, we cut the check, since we have money. We, during tax season, we then cut the municipality the checks. Because as part of the process, we're doing it anyway. Most of the bill and everything. So we will be doing a CCTVS meeting for that, just to take a look at it. And we're streaming, so I can't tell you the other two good things because we're not supposed to until the higher ups than me tell us we can. But it's good stuff. Then the other one is the senior center hub is now operational. Finally. People were, smacking the director for it. It had nothing to do with that. It had to do totally with code and totally with inspections of the systems that we had installed. So I will be talking with the
Liz?
huh?
Liz?
No. With the owner of the building to see, since we've been paying $2,200 a month for not using it, that we can kind of come to an agreement to help out since we did improve their building. So just like everybody else, one of the biggest ones, fire suppression system, was needed to be inspected. Had to be inspected by a third-party person, and then you're on the schedule forever, waiting for them because they're shorthanded as well. So, other than that, hey, so anybody got any questions?
Well, when you talk about the senior center, where is the senior center?
That's the old corset factory.
Okay.
Looks good. They will be, they did purchase, I think, 3 12-passenger handicap accessible vans that will be coming out to the municipalities. And if they want, they can go there for that, but that's totally up to them.
On your 5-year plan of the county, would you be doing a 5-year projection on tax revenue, sales tax revenue? So the towns can, that would be benefit the towns, so we could, because we project in our budgets, sales tax revenue.
Yeah.
So you guys would be much more accurate than us for just coming up with a number of what we, you know what I mean, a percentage or whatever.
Yeah, that's a little bit touch and go, just because we're doing really well right now with it. It's one of the things that we are planning. I don't know exactly, because I'm not a finance guy, to figure out how they're looking at it, but I think as part of the 5-year plan is being conservative. It is one of the big things, because we know that hopefully gas prices will go down, heating fuels will go down. But one of the things that's been a big saver, actually, has been internet sales. Internet sales has been really good for us. I mean, COVID showed that. Our sales tax, we thought was going to hurt because restaurants weren't open, but it wasn't. And it was solely because internet sales. And then they're like, well, with the internet sales, people are, once we get out in the open and do everything, they're just going to go back to the stores. They're going to go back to the restaurants. and internet sales will go down, but they haven't. People have just been, well, my mother, she's a internet sale junkie. And she loves it because it gets delivered right to their home. Drugs, everything is been that way. So
Is that displacing some of the others, the local sales?
has it hurt them?
Yeah.
No. No. Not at all.
I got a
Is-
question.
Yeah.
You're talking about outrighting towns, tax collectors not open all the time. When we went into this new program, they were supposed to be able to pay the taxes any place in the county. Can they still do that?
No. I don't even think it ever got off the
That
off
was
the
their
floor.
sales pitch.
Yeah,
when they did.
I don't think it ever did. You know, and I could just look at Thomas Scott. You're maybe 4 hours a week, no weekends, no credit card sales, cash or check only. So, you know, those are some I know out of Willett. I mean, the outlying areas, they just don't have that capability. County does. I mean, we can do online payments, we can do cash sales, we're open pretty much every day for it.
No, that was one of their sales points when they're selling.
Two things I did forget. One is that the county is working with Cortlandville, the city of Cortland, McGraw, and we're going to be getting grant funding for a leachate pipeline that goes from the county landfill into McGraw, connects to McGraw, and then goes to the sewage treatment plant. It was brought up some years ago and never came, but what we're finding on the finance side, we with the heavy rains and everything, we have tractor trailers that are running 24/7, taking the leachate out of the lagoons, going to the thing and dumping it. And that's a lot. It's been a big financial burden on the county. We've had 2 accidents with the trucks. Containment was good, but if containment ever failed, that would be one nightmare that we would have with that leachate. The city is one that they'd rather have it trickle in than to have us giving them, 17,000 gallons at a time for their system as well. So I think a big one is good. And then the last one is anybody, Apex site, anyone know that one in the city? The old brewer Tishner, Cooper Tool. Well, that's been there forever. So it was sold. The guy came in from out of state, scrapped what he could, and then never paid the taxes. And it's a brown site. There is soil contamination there. So we're working with the city and the IDA to clean that site up. And the non-hazardous stuff is going to go to the landfill. And then once the property is sold, then the tonnage that went to the landfill, the county recoups along with the taxes. But that area will then be repurposed for whatever. There, yeah.
Give us an update on what renovations are for the courthouse.
Yep, so the courthouse, well, I can't tell you much
Okay.
because I have to have some secrecy. What is coming up is that the city court is going to county office building. The clerk's office will be going down to where the old DMV was. And then probation will be, then they'll be moving. So we are moving some stuff around for the city court as part of that shared service that we are bidding out right now the steps to the courthouse. God, I wish I could tell you. How many people are watching this?
Enough to get me in trouble.
Okay, alls I have to say is that the renovations are not gonna be a burden to the taxpayer. Renovations to the mental health building, because mental health is now going to Port Watson, 111 Port Watson Street, the old brewer building. We purchased that, now it's up for renovation. That will not be a burden to the taxpayer. So, that's a good one too. And then, is that okay for an update?
Yep.
Yeah, once the news comes out, you'll know. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Kevin. Okay, Jeff is here. Jeff, highway report?
You're gonna sit over at the podium now.
Everybody's got a copy of this, but thanks again to Jen. We learned some things. The UEI number application's moving along slowly. That's for our FEMA funding that we're trying to recoup. I did learn that the town was incorporated April 8th, 1808. Not sure where I'll use that again, but I do know now. Had a request from a homeowner up on Salisbury Road to look at the speed limits up there. The board wishes to look into that. The new excavator came in on the 24th. Going through the paperwork now and getting set up with radios and like that. And back to FEMA, we got another conference call this Thursday at 10 o'clock. I'd like to go to the Highway Fall Conference. It's in the budget, just as a notification. And the on 6/22, June 22nd, I walked the properties. Connor Flood, he's with Nimer. Every couple of years, normally they do a walkthrough, just looking at their loss analysis. So with COVID, obviously it hadn't been done in a while, so we did that. So, any questions?
Thanks, Jeff. Jen?
Zoning and code enforcement June report, 3 building permits issued, 87 miles traveled, 28 building inspections, 73 hours worked, 1 fire inspection, 5 complaint follow-ups, 31 telephone inquiries. Planning board next meeting is July 27th at 7 p.m. The next CBA meeting is August 4th at 7:30 p.m.
Thanks, Jen. Town historian is not here tonight. Jen?
Town clerk fees collected for June, $377. Dispersed $358 to the town of Preble and $19 to New York State Ag and Mark.
Hank, do you have anything to tell us about the park or recreation?
Well, not much that I know of.
Okay,
In fact, well, the only thing I saw the other night was somebody looking out our bedroom window running around the field. Yeah.
Yeah.
All over hell.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're keeping up with the grass mowing.
Oh, I
Yeah,
crop that every day.
yeah.
It looks nice.
Any activity at the baseball field?
Which one?
The baseball field, the ball field?
No,
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 okay.
no.
Okay.
No.
Good. Thanks, Hank.
Yep, sure.
Okay, unfinished business, LED lighting, Jim, anything?
Jen got through the National Grid, for me, so we have a, account services representative that contacted me and, Bradley Smith. And so, he, sent me information and I can read what he sent here, for us. This is on June 23rd. I know you briefly spoke with Dave Hess here at National Grid and I have attached the proposal he previously sent along with the supporting documents and information. I also answered your question listed below. Please let me know if you have any other questions. One, please see attached proposal to convert the town of Preble to LED lighting that was originally already sent by Dave. The proposal is going to stay the same. So, the proposal, they gave us, a whole list of the lights that we have. And, it's it's a 6-month payback to, and he's staying right with that. He reviewed what Dave gave us. So, the next, question was about the lights that you asked for there. Question about a warm white light. Unfortunately, there's only one option, and that is the standard white light. How to proceed with the conversion. Once the town board has voted and approved the conversion, the town needs to send National Grid a commitment letter from an authorized representative on a municipal letterhead or via municipal email address ending in .gov. So, to reiterate a few of Dave's comments from his email, there's currently 62 100-watt HPS streetlights in the town. This wattage can either be converted to tariff B or tariff C lights. National Grid sees most municipalities converting the main roads to tariff C while converting the residential streets to tariff B. An inventory is also attached showing the location of the existing lights. With either wattage chosen, the conversion payback period is roughly 6 months. So we thank this Bradley Smith Regional Account Services of Central New York.
Does he have the cost of doing this?
Originally, Dave listed in his statement of $71.85 each for a total of 62 of them for $4,454.69. So I believe that is the cost, and with a and then a 6-month payback. So that's, in my estimation, it's a pretty good payback. Yeah.
Does he have a time frame that, once we give the go-ahead, when that work can be done?
No, they didn't. They didn't commit to that. Usually, it starts the paperwork and stuff, and then once they get it all established, then they would be telling us kind of a time frame. Try to get that out. Then they know the workload, put it in their schedule, and get with us.
Any questions for Jen about this?
No brainer, I think we need to move forward.
Do we need any more information to move forward, Jim? Do you think?
We need to have the town has to approve it, and then we have to have a letter of commitment.
Okay,
So I think as a board, we would have to make a resolution.
somebody
right?
needs to make a resolution to do this.
I'll make a motion to switch the lights over.
Second,
All in favor?
I
Carried? Okay, so Jim, if you could type up a letter,
draft letter, yeah.
draft a
yeah.
letter.
No, Jen, put it on letterhead.
Well, we just create our own letterhead with a word program.
Oh, we probably don't have a letterhead.
No.
Or emails.
No,
or-
we create it as we go along.
Oh.
So if you could draft a letter, and then it'll come to us at some point, and
Yeah.
we'll take a look at it, and we'll go from there.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. No new business today. Money's received. We received $779 from USPS. And at this time, I'd like to open up the meeting for public comment or questions. If anybody has anything you want to bring up, yes?
Hi, I'm Kim Cameron, and I was looking at our website, and I noticed that we don't really have any information on there about upcoming elections. For instance, there is a school board election to fill an empty seat for Tully on August 2nd. And it would be nice as a community if we could put some of this information up, simply what is coming up. For instance, that we also have another election coming up on August 28th. And it might be nice if we put a link or two in there to maybe the county board of elections, the Portland County Board of Elections, so people can find out what district they now belong to. Because I know I live on Song Lake and I'm changing my Senate district, my Assembly district, and my congressional district. So I think we're in a kind of a unique period right now where the more information that we can provide to our community, the better. So if we could look at that and maybe put, I noticed a Facebook page, for instance, nothing has been posted on the Facebook page for a very long time now. So is there any way we can get that back up and running again and start building a little bit more communication with our community?
Well, the Facebook page, the board really doesn't have anything to do with that. That's just people in the community that put out whatever they want, right?
Yeah.
I think the town of,
The historian, our town
Portland.
historian does put a lot on Facebook.
yeah, but I think there's a town of Portland Facebook page. So that looks like it's the board or it's the town. I don't know, I mean, but that's what.
Yeah, I know that that's, Facebook is really a decentralized type of outlet where anybody posts on that, but our town historian does post a lot on Facebook. And he posts various articles of town history, pictures and so on. And that's a very popular site there. We can certainly put some election information on. We could go to Tom Gaff, who organizes our webpage, and ask him to put some election information for Tully and for Preble and Homer, you know.
Right, that'll be very good,
Mhm.
yeah.
I'll call Tom about that and get that on there.
Yep.
Thanks for commenting. Anybody else?
Wouldn't that be the school districts? She's talking about Homer School District and Tully School District.
So both of those, yeah, they're both part of Preble,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I just happen to know Tully because I'm where I live. I know what's going on in Tully School District.
Okay. Anybody else? Yes?
Yes, sir. My name is Sean May. I like to talk to you about your ball fields over here in Preble. I just have a couple of things for you to look at when you get a chance. And these are rosters of our. We have a league. This is my resume.
What organization are you with?
I don't know organization. I teach at Fabius Pompey.
Okay.
I've been coaching there for a lot of years, 26, 27 years. And I drive by here and I see the fields over there. And what we have is I run a town team, a town league for the town of Fabius. It doesn't cost the kids very minimal. The town sponsors the kids' insurance, and they have to just come up with the fees for umpires and baseballs or whatever we do. And what I use is we have 2 baseball fields right at the school, so we just maintain the fields and everything. But the reason I'm here too is you'll see the list of how many players there are, and there's a big need now, and I think we're all familiar with it, where travel sports is just ballooned in the price. A lot of players are getting outpriced from all sports, but especially baseball. And I've worked to help at Cortland State for many years. I've done a lot with baseball. I run camps and clinics up in Syracuse. I'm from Liverpool originally, and I see it up there. So, and since high school, I've always organized the sandlot game and so forth. So with this, you can see there's almost 70 players. And what happens in the summer when they're a senior in that league, I put down what schools they're going to. So they're going to, a lot of those players, 50 of them are going to college in the fall, or they're in college playing college baseball. But basically they don't, once you're a senior, there's really no place for you to play. And back in the day when I played and other players played, you had the town teams. So this is what we do in Fabius. I've done it for his boys, Chief Pittman, his boys played for my league. It just gives the kids an opportunity. And the college players that, if they can't play for the Crush, and I worked for the Cortland Crush for a few years, I was head of player development. But if you don't have $2,000 or $3,000 to pay for that, you can't play. So what I've seen also is that list of players there, you'll see a lot of those players someday, their names will be people in the community. And we have a lot of players from Cortland and Homer in our league right now, but there'll be people, I think, in the community that will be leaders in the community, especially when you're a college athlete. We see that quite a bit. But like, I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm just maybe something down the line you want to think about, maybe refurbishing the fields.
Are you interested in using the field this summer?
No, I mean, right now it's not capable for the type of games that we need to play in it. That'd be something that I think maybe if we're interested, I think would bring money to the town too, because then you could rent it out for other leagues or other organizations. Right now, PBR is using Gutchess and everything, and you got all those facilities, but a town team like this, we can't afford Gutchess to rent that. Preferably, I like the grass field anyway. So, no, right now I could have 6 teams out in Fabius, 8 teams, but I just don't have enough field space right now. And we do, what's nice about it, we run it Tuesday and Friday night, so everybody knows we're playing Tuesday, Friday night, and you'd be amazed how many people come out to watch the kids play. But the fields be something future discussion. What I'm going to do this year is I'm going to be going, like we've done in the past, I'm going to go talk to some people about sponsoring the league. And that's something maybe that, I don't know how this works with the town.
Well,
If you need money or we could raise it or so
we
forth.
do get inquiries about the field. We had one last month.
Right.
And it kind of petered out,
Mhm.
but he's still working on it, by the way. And he's
So,
trying to
Jim,
get- yeah.
how does that work out when you got 3 bases out there and they're all tore to heck? What do you do then? Go buy new ones?
We need new bases.
There in the mound is like that, and that's all tore up.
The mound needs to be rebuilt.
Yeah,
The field needs work.
yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
I go around them things all the time.
Mhm.
You see me out there.
Right. Hank cuts the grass.
I cut the grass every damn day.
But
Yeah, and I enjoy it.
Yes.
that field hasn't been used in 2 years.
Right.
Yeah.
A baseball field takes constant.
So
Yeah.
constantly-
And I do have one of them drags too
Nice.
from 3 or 4 years ago that you run around.
Oh, yeah.
It
So-
scrapes it up and
Those of you who don't know me, I'm Bob Pittman.
Yeah,
Moved back in the town.
I know him.
Yeah, you know him. I'm here to support him. My kids play, like you said, my kids played on this wooden bat league over in Fabius. Not only it offers the kids more playing time in the summer, he also the juniors and the seniors he gets college coaches to come look at the players. So I mean, it offers a lot. Growing up here in Preble, my brother right there, we had 2 baseball teams here in Preble. That was what we looked forward to every year, signing up out here in the hallway. Right, Jeff?
You betcha.
Yeah, that's what we looked forward. You got a field that sits down there, it's empty, getting the wooden bat leagues, getting some interest back in the community, playing baseball. I think it'd be a great thing. I think it's a win-win. I've seen the way he runs the league. He does a phenomenal job in bringing it this way. I mean, we're right minutes off from 81, and it's, I think it'll be a good thing for the town.
And that's, thank you for saying that.
Mhm.
If you look at the list, we have players driving from Utica, Marcellus, Skinny Atlas, Syracuse, have a boy coming from Central Square. So they're all, so when they get off 81, you go, 10 miles to Fabius, this would be perfect. And it gives the kids in the community around here a place to play. Because once you get to be a senior in high school, your high school coaches kind of had enough of you. And, but these kids need a place, and this would be a good location.
Well, like I said, that baseball field has been vacant for 2 years, and I think the board agrees with me, is that we'd like to see it being used and maintained, and if it's being used and we can maintain it, and we would like to see summer ball there, and fall ball. We'd like to see it being used, because if it goes too many more years without being used, it's gonna really get out of hand.
You can put a plywood back on the wheel, the
Yeah,
telephone pole there.
so yeah, we're interested in doing something like that.
So, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
So when you were talking about that, the field is not where it needs to be.
Right.
So in the league that you're playing in,
Mhm.
do you have the specifics of the requirements for the field?
Yes. Well, the school itself cuts the grass. Everything else we do, the players do. And once you get the field set, that's part of I think the magic of the league. You have these guys, everybody takes care of the field after the game and before the game, and you make that part of your policy. But like the vision that, if I didn't run on that field at night, that wasn't me, but I walk on that field quite a bit when I drive home.
We had a lot of fun there.
I've seen what he's talking about at the end of the
Yeah.
games up in Fabius. All the kids, the players get down, they rake the fields,
Yeah.
they take care of the fields, and it's something to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And just make it more of a,
Right.
you don't have to build all fancy dugouts and all that kind of stuff. You can plant trees, make it more natural boundaries, kind of like we did in Vegas.
So
Make
rebuilding
it
the
nice.
mounds and all that, that
Rebuild-
require
Yeah,
funds to do that.
yeah,
Some,
you-
but
a little
is there
bit, yeah.
a cost to that, yeah.
volunteer help if
But the
you have
labor
the
is,
league.
you say,
Yeah.
Well, another thing is you got all them weeds wound around the
There's
dugouts,
always weeds.
and then you got the seats,
Yeah,
which they do have a piece of canvas down there.
that'd be
Well,
a nice place. That's really a perfect.
You know how
place.
when I got playing ball, I was a farm boy. We wouldn't put the milker on the cow and get her outdoors and bring in another one. And we just kept doing that for 40 cows. We had fun. They didn't care.
Oh.
I give them chocolate milk after we get done. But that was a good place over there. My nephew, he played in over there, and
And that's
He knows your
Yeah.
nephew.
Paul, he's Carroll,
Paul Carroll.
Oh,
Carroll boys.
yeah.
Carroll boys. Yeah,
Kevin Carroll's.
I'm one of them.
You're a Carroll?
Yeah, we're all over the place.
Oh wow. I got Kevin's glove in my car, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
And his bat.
Dave, did you want to say something?
Yeah, who's going to cover the liability insurance? Because I'm sure you're going to need more than it's on the field now.
Well,
The-
first of all, the town has NYMER insurance. We're covered for all of our facilities. And then normally the teams have their own insurance too.
Yeah.
Then the plywood to redo the backstop down there, and there's quite a bit of material that need to get that up in the shape and cost. I mean, I've been down there. I was down there today around that little playhouse down there, weed eating and stuff like that, and doing things.
Does the town accept outside funds to help do the field? Is that how, like I say, if we got an outside organization to donate a backstop and, pay for that, does that work?
Well, we did have a nice situation about 5 years ago, I guess, with Homer Baseball.
Right, with Naz,
They were building Gutches and
Yeah.
they didn't have a place, so they wanted to come to Preble.
yeah.
And they were here for 2 or 3 years, playing ball. And they kept up all the maintenance on the field. They built the dugouts, they built the wall, the blue wall, and they did a lot of work out there.
Homer Boosters had some cash flow, so that's really what
There was,
that money was.
Sukot also helped donate.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah,
There's several outfits that did
Yeah.
donate for
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
So,
There's a lot of Homer boys playing.
so that's one example, is that the town didn't really put a lot of money into
Okay.
it. It was more the outside organizations that took control of that and did it.
Yeah.
And in return, that they used the field for free. You know, we didn't charge anything for the field, because we're happy just to have it maintained.
So the nice or pleasing.
Yeah,
My kids played ball down there, and back in their day, it was busy all the time.
they put the batting cage in, which is kind of deteriorating now. But, yeah, we would be open to any kind of, arrangement that you might be interested in doing. So, if you wanna come back to
Yes.
a meeting, like maybe over the winter,
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
sometime
one-
over the winter, and if you have more, more to give us as far as, concrete information on what you wanna do, more commitment, then we can look into continuing this.
At one time, I don't know if it actually got put on the books or not, but we steered away from state and federal grants so we could have, more control over that. And
That's right.
because the minute you get state and federal grants, then you've got to let everybody in the country in there.
You know,
You can't say no to
No.
anybody or anything.
we're not applying for any state or federal grants.
Yeah.
Failed, that's what it was, honestly.
Any other questions or comments for tonight? Okay. So next, we want to go into executive session because we need to discuss a potential liability, potential legal issues.
Oh, we all go?
Yep.
Time to go. Help me up, I can't get, time to go, Hank.
Still get
Yeah,
up. Keep mowing. You won't be mowing unless we get some rain.
Oh, I know it.
thank goodness.
It looks just like that.
Pretty dry. Maybe tomorrow.
That's what they say.
Well, we need an inch. We need some water.
They have a several.
Hey there, who's this guy?
Oh, you know what?